Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video. I have a cameraman today, and welcome to Moscow, Russia. Now today we're going to go see Shalkovsky Shopping Center. I was trying to get the word right. This is a very big shopping center, 6-level shopping center here in Moscow. Now this is kind of interesting because it's only been open for 1 year. Imagine 1 year open. So we're going to go for a walk around, see how quiet it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. Are you ready to go? Let's go on inside, shall we? Now another reason I really wanted to come to this shopping center was it's very newly opened. It's less than 2 years old. It's about 1.5 years. And actually right in the front window there we can see Marks and Spencer's logo from the outside. Now, it also has this huge clock here, which is 9 meters across. Now, how do I know that? I kind of looked it up ahead of time. I did a little bit of homework about this shopping center, and that's the main reason for this video. Now, it is an incredibly busy area too, so you can see the amount of people, the taxis here, the bus stops, and then it's at a crossroad of a major highway as well. And then also the overhead suburban trains go right through here. And there's a metro station literally right underneath the shopping center, Shalkovsky Metro Station. So let's get over there and walk on inside, shall we? Just a few precautions before we go inside. No knuckle dusters. No mace spray, no electric bikes, no beer, no medium-sized dogs, and the usual, no knives, guns, smoking. Okay, so the first area we're going to go look at is on the lower ground floor, which I guess is technically -1. And from here you can see, again, how big this place is. It's just kind of, well, I'd say it's silly, but the whole point of this shopping center is it's built in a fairly small kind of a parcel of land. And one of the unique things about when they built this was they basically were able to build the shopping center above the parking as they built it, which is not a very traditional way to build kind of buildings. So they built basically from the ground up and then from the top down. Now what I do want to show you here is a couple of things that are kind of interesting. So there's actually 4 levels underground of parking, which is kind of insane, especially for kind of a shopping center in Moscow. So there's a ton of parking basically directly underneath. And they have an IKEA here, well they did, and of course it's closed. This is actually IKEA City. So this is basically an IKEA, but it's a scaled back version, which features kind of the top, I guess, few thousand of their best sellers, particularly all the kitchenware and homeware items. One thing I've noticed which is interesting is they've removed all the price points from the ticketed items on the shelves. Now, if you've been to IKEAs before, you'll probably know they've got these kind of dangly price tags, and then those yellow kind of tags you'll see on them just through the window here. And that kind of generally denotes how you pick up the item or where you're located in the store. But you'll see here right on this lamp that there's no price ticketing on anything that you see in the window, which I find very interesting. So everything is basically displayed as it is and untouched, except they've removed all the price tags. So yeah, this is kind of neat here. We'll do a bit of a walk around of as many levels as we can sort of get through and make the reasonable, length of video, I guess you'd call it. You can see here the kind of these sit-down stations where the staff help and assist you. So you can basically still order things from here through the online avenue of IKEA, then they deliver it to you. They don't have everything for pickup from this store. So yeah, just walk around this lower ground level, everything is open, literally. Everything is open. Again, there's a lot of Russian branded businesses here, so it is a bit of a mix, of course, as all shopping centers are through Moscow. Now today is the first day technically of summer as well, the 1st of June. So you'll see everybody now without their jackets anymore, a little bit lighter clothing on. It's actually really warm outside today. It's about 21, 22 Celsius, which is definitely warm for Moscow. And this is around about 1 p.m. So this is kind of middle of the day on a work day, essentially. So it will seem quieter, but you're going to see a lot of the kids here because school is not in right now. So yeah, there's a ton of kids just ahead of us here. I'll point this out in another little clip that I'll add in. So they've got a kind of children's event going on the center stage area. Let's keep walking along and see what we can find. Now, walking around this lower ground floor, as in a lot of shopping centers in Moscow, they like to really organize the kind of categories of shopping. So this lower area tends to be a little bit more home goods and homeware kind of stores. And I wonder how many people in the world have seen a Tefal store before. I mean, this is the first one I've ever seen. I've actually not even seen this in other shopping centers in Moscow. So the Tefal store right here. It's kind of interesting. There's other brands there as well. Mulimix, Lagostina, Krupp, I know. So yeah, it's very interesting. And then here's Haier, which really from Haier brand, I pretty much know just the fridges. You'll see here on this right-hand side all the different models and colors. And of course, they've got other products, but fridges are pretty much what they're mostly known for. Yeah, it's a nice lower ground level area here. There is plenty of people around. And actually they've got a fairly big supermarket here too. So if you want to see a supermarket walk around, just let me know in the comments. I'm trying to come up with sort of different kind of video ideas and kind of mix up the types of videos that I'm making. So yeah, this is Perekrostok. Which is actually a very nice supermarket. It's got very nice quality products. It's reasonably priced. I mean, a few things are a little bit higher priced than maybe comparing to Globus where I go to, or sometimes Ashan, but it's a nicer quality of mix of products. You'll see some other homeware kind of stores here, bed linen, and they've even got a bed store there, Azkona. So then they've actually got a little bit of a sort of small Rinnock here, but there's a couple of the shops closed. But that's kind of expected if you're directly opposite a supermarket. I'm not too sure how loud this is. You can hear this from the kids behind me, but yeah, this is kitchen, land, and home. So yeah, this would definitely benefit from, you know, an IKEA kind of shop being closed. And you'll see here opening hours, midweek, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then 10 till 11 p.m. on the weekends. Yeah, very nice store right here. And the lady there making the table right in the front. So yeah, it's a good lower ground floor mix of stores right here. And then up on the first level here, there's always a confusion between it being the ground floor and the first floor in Russia. So I'd call this kind of the ground floor, but they like to call this the first floor. So a bit of a clothing kind of theme to all the stores right here. Shoes. We've got Henderson just ahead. And then there's a very big perfume store here, which doesn't have too many people in there. And Henderson's clothing. But the perfume store there. This is kind of one of the things that I've pointed out before about a lot of the major brands that are pulled out of Russia. So things like Chanel, Dior, where they've disappeared. They still have Chanel right there on the first build out, and then Dior's right next to it. So you can see all the brands there: Chanel, Dior, Guerlain, YSL, Estée Lauder. So yeah, it's there's no problems if you want to go to one of the stores here. These are basically a perfume shop that basically has multi-brands. So they're still sourcing their products, but they're not selling them as one specific brand, like where Chanel is closed, then this is open here. Nice big shoe store here, one of my wife's favorite shops to come to. And here is Mumu, which is one of the Russian favorite kind of fast food places. They've actually got a sit-down cafe version here, which is kind of neat. And Mumu, it's actually good value sit-down restaurant. Looks a little bit quiet inside. Now I know it's very loud, but this is the main central kind of atrium of the shopping center. And they've got a kids event down here, and you can see all the kids, and they've got like a kind of some, I guess, like comedy little skit on the stage there for the kids. But yeah, there's a ton of kids here and families and parents. And then just looking up, you can see the scale of the shopping center here. It actually goes up to level 6. It's just massive place. Have a look at the digital screens there. This is one of the kind of main features of this shopping center, is the use of digital screens and kind of new technology in shopping centers. You can see the guy and lady there dressed up as, I guess, as bumblebees. Looking at it, I'm not sure, but looks kind of fun though, doesn't it? Now up here you do get a bit of a sense now of some of the stores that are closed, because quite a few of them are grouped together. So Stradivarius right here. And then there's a big Starbucks. Well, there was. Someone's taken all the chairs. Where have all the chairs gone, I wonder? Maybe they got borrowed by somebody. And here is Bershka as well. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a shame to see the stores, and here you'll see it's sort of definitely a lot quieter up on this well, the first level. Again, I'm going to get confused with these levels that we're on here, because when you walked in it says level 1, and now we're kind of on level 2. It's a nice watch store here with a lot of the brands. Fossil, DKNY. I don't think I've seen Fossil anywhere in Russia since I've been here. Nice handbag store. And over here, sunglasses. You can now see how empty it is on this level, and as we go up we'll see a little bit more of this as well, I think. I've not done a walk around. I'm filming this kind of in order here, so here is Pull and Bear. They've even got security seals on their window grills, which is kind of interesting. And they've even put posters here as well, which I hadn't seen in any of the other stores, so I wonder if that's some sort of kind of sanctioning, I wonder, or what they're doing with that. But actually, where I work on cruise ships in America, we use these red seals right here, and they leave awful glue on anything that you stick them on. So they're obviously having to come and do door seals and then replace them. But you can see here how empty it looks walking around. And then here is Uniqlo, which we know very well. This is kind of just continuing on here, the same level. And they've kind of got different stores mixed in here. So you've got Cinnabon, which is one of the American brands, which is definitely open. And here is a Tissot kiosk as well. And I pointed this out before, that in Moscow center, the Tissot stores are closed, but here in all the shopping centers, they're open. So Oshko closed. And then down here to the back here is the Zara store, or what was the Zara store. And you'll see now the kind of the emptiness on this lower level. Be Free over there. So yeah, it's definitely more and more empty as we go up the levels. And then coming one more level up here, we got a bit more young fashion here. So got CalStar, or CA. I wonder if that's some reference to California, I wonder. And here is the popular shoe store in Russia, Street Beat, which has all of the brands in one store. So again, where some of these brands are pulled out of Russia, you can simply walk right in here and get yourself any of the brands that you possibly need. You'll see right there even the Jordan logo, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, and then 21 shop. So yeah, young fashion seems to be the way up here. And here we see now again some of the closed stores. Helly Hansen. And this is the upper level of Zara over here. And how empty does it feel? Now this cube over here is one of the IKEA displays, or it was. And they tend to put these in the shopping centres to kind of keep you inspired as you walk around. And then here is the fancy massage chairs, Yamaguchi, which I seem to see everywhere all of a sudden now. And then they have a really nice electronics store over here called Technopark, which is kind of a fancy electrical goods store. I think that's the best way to describe it, Technopark. It's got kind of everything you need, but mostly the premium kind of brands and lines of products. So yeah, there's not as many people up here as I kind of thought from when I first walked in. And then just walking on a little bit further here, a Rough Mark. I wonder, this brand, it's somewhere between a German name and some sort of reference to dogs barking. I'm not too sure if you get that kind of pun that I'm sort of talking about here. Now, these are the brands. Let's swing over here first, because this will be kind of interesting. So, House, which was originally the Polish brand, which we know closed and then has now been sold to Chinese buyers, had reopened effectively the previous weekend, but they haven't changed their branding in this store. So they've still got the House logo, and they've not changed the lettering on the brand right here. So we do know that they can continue selling all the merchandise as is until they eventually then rebrand and change the store. As we swing around here, there is also Cropped, which is just off in the corner over here. Fashion house. Haven't seen this place before. But again, this is kind of young fashion brands. I'm probably a few years past this at the moment now. Yeah, and this is the other one over here, Cropped. You'll start to see this green kind of color theme that this store has. So in the other shopping malls, this was CR, and it's still Crop, as you can see. So this is still fully open. Everything is in the shop. You can see the logos there haven't changed. So yeah, it's interesting from shopping mall to shopping mall how they haven't kind of made that decision to kind of change the branding. So possibly they just sort of reopened and they're good to go. Now, for anyone in America and North America, I guess if you go to Marshalls or Ross, this is off-price, which is kind of very similar to Marshalls or Ross if you are used to that kind of store, where it's just basically racks of clothing set out by sizes, and then all the odds and bods and sods at the register area. This isn't sort of as full as what a Ross or Marshalls feels like, but it's exactly like that inside though. And then walking up on the next level here now, you'll just see again how quiet it seems in the shopping centre. So there's still a ton of stores, and again, being over 6 levels, you know what I mean, they managed to fit a lot of brands into the shopping centre. This place is less than 2 years old as well, so it's a very new shopping centre in terms of the age, you know, of existing shopping centres. So they tend to build these very quickly and very big, and then do their best to get as many brands as they possibly can in them. You'll see here Mothercare is closed. This has been closed since the very beginning here. Just on the right hand side. Very well known brand in Russia too. Very well liked by a lot of mothers and families. Just nobody's there. Look at these nice trees right here. Now that summertime is sprung. Then here is one of the very big arts and crafts stores in all the shopping centers around Moscow and Russia. And this is Leonardo, so I guess maybe the fact that it has painting supplies, maybe Leonardo da Vinci, I wonder. But it's a super nice store if you're into crafting and anything like that. It's It's kind of like a small supermarket almost, the size of the place. Now, I think it's appropriate to point this out because I come to Gostalugi myself. This is actually kind of like the council offices or the administration offices of Moscow and Moscow region. So depending on where you live, you'd go to the local Gostalugi in your area or district, and you can do all your documents and paperwork, things like passports, registration, essentially anything. If you've got visa issues, if you're a non-resident, if you're buying a house, you can sort out documents here as well. And it's really nice they've got it in a shopping center here. This is kind of a new thing where they're basically bringing these kind of administration offices to the people. So it's pretty cool. They've got all the numbers up on the screen right there when you go in, and it's actually nice and quiet. Some of these that you go to can be just crowded with people, sort of depending on where you live around Moscow, Moscow region. And then for the young kids, they have these are around all shopping centers around Moscow. They've got these kind of play centers. And this one's got all the kind of car tracks and trains and stuff. And then you can basically, like this lady's got her son here, so she can sit here while he's playing, and you can pay by the hour. And then there's this lady in yellow here, so you can actually leave the kids and go shopping, and they'll be supervised for the time that they come here. These are really cool, these for the young kids. And then coming up one more level here, here's the kind of rest of the kids' center, I guess. It's kind of a whole wing of the shopping center. There's a really neat kind of machine here. It's an aquarium, and then you can actually pay 100 rubles, about $1.50 or so, and you can actually feed the fish. So it's kind of like a vending machine, but with fish inside. You're not taking anything home, but you basically just come and feed them, which is kind of cool. And we know all these sort of normal ones. So I think that's just really neat. And this is Jockey Joya here, which is another kids' play center. So again, you can just drop the kids off here, go and do your shopping, an hour or two, and it's all supervised. You can see all the kids going in there. There's probably some parents picking up kids as well, so they kind of allocate how long you can leave them for, you know. But it's actually a really big play center here. It kind of wraps around where all this area is closed. As we swing around, Dizzy pills if you need some. There's a big kids store right here as well. So they do a great job of basically combining these kind of wings of the shopping center together and grouping the branding of the stores so it's not mixed as much, I guess. They have a bit of a different way that they've got their cinema set out here, and it's this is a concession stand and entrance, and there's an 8-screen cinema in the same shopping center. So it's pretty much help yourself, and then obviously you pay. But they've got a Costa Coffee kind of kiosk right here, and then all the pricings on everything: Coca-Cola, post-mix and bottles. The price of Coca-Cola is crazy here, 160 rubles. You're normally paying about 70, 80 or 90 rubles, but I guess it's the cinemas, so you have to expect that. And then this is kind of cool here. They've got all of the popcorn in fridges, which I've never seen before. So they've got all the different sizes of popcorn, but it's really neat how it's in fridges. So I don't know if people like chilled popcorn, I guess, in Russia, which is a very different way to display it. And then there's ice cream, and then Heineken beer over there in the distance. And then I wonder in the world how many people have seen a karaoke vending machine. I've never seen one ever anywhere. I think I need to do like a whole separate video on this because they've got the price right there and there's the microphones right inside. How neat is this? This is proper cool. Let's open the door here. I think it's open. Yeah. And then there's like a recording that it does. And you got 3 songs for 300 rubles, 6 songs. How neat is that? Karaoke vending machine. Here we'll see now the size of the shopping center from this upper level right here looking down. And then we'll see that kids activity right at the bottom there just. And all these glass escalators. You can see the kids here doing this VR experience. So they sit there and put their headsets on. There's a car racing one, and then this is like a helicopter, the other one, which is pretty neat for the kids. Yeah, this upstairs level here, this is very cool. And there's another one just here. There's a shooting gallery, which is very cool. And you can basically throw the darts and the guns, where you can shoot the tin cans. And that's pretty cool. Have a look at the guns. Take your pick. And the balloon throwing over here. I think this is where you throw the darts at the balloons. Yeah, there they are. And you can win the prizes. And then on this other upper level here is the food court, which is very typical in Russia. They always put the food courts on this highest upper level here. So there's level 5, and then there's another level. But the food court right here, this is where all the people are. Of course, it's just after lunch now, so you can expect that here. It's a really nice burger place here too, by the way. And then Panda Express, we know well, KFC, Krochka Katochka, and then there's a China market over there. So you can see all the crowds and a lot of kids and families, of course. And then we'll Van Wok, Bright Israel Grill. Have a look at this. They've got some nice food right here as well. It's pretty neat how they've got these displays of what you can choose. So you know what they are. They're very good imitations of the food. And if you don't want sodas there, they've got the compote right here, the juices. And then over here, Terimok, Coffix, which is basically the kind of cafeteria coffee. Yeah, the Terimok looks very nice as well today. And we see lots of people here dining. Let's just walk through a little bit further, because there's quite a lot to see here. So I guess we know where all the people are now, here at the food court of the shopping centre. Po' boy. So yeah, there's Coffix over here. So they're doing 90 ruble coffee. And a lot of these different Coffixes around Moscow, they have them at 60 rubles. And then right next door here, these guys are promoting 50 ruble coffee for their smaller sort of size. So yeah, there's a bit of a, I'm going to say like a coffee price war here in Moscow when you go to these different kind of takeaway coffee places. Hot Dog Bulldog, that's a different brand. And then there's a couple of different ice cream stalls right here as well, so it's very nice. Yeah, this upper level food court's got some really nice extra kind of places that I've not seen in other shopping centres, but we've gone from kind of barren, empty floors to nice and crowded right here. Here's a sushi place. Plenty of sushi on the menu there. Actually very reasonably priced too, 350 rubles, 300 rubles, 200 rubles for a sushi set. And then here's another, Pilmeni cafe here with the dumplings. A little bit more kind of homemade food and sit-down food. So, yeah, this is a nice food court to come and relax in up on this upper level here. Nice and busy too, which is always good for these sort of businesses to make money. Here's a halal cafe. That's kind of neat, with halal food. And you can actually choose the shashlik that you want, and they actually cook it right there for you on the grill, which is pretty neat. So it's basically all uncooked as you see it, and then they put it on the grill for you, and then you've got your lunch served. And here is Krochka Katochka, we know this, the potato cafe. And Cheesy Mania, pizza and pasta. So I hope this is a good view of all the different food offerings here in the shopping centre. And then walking around this main kind of level where we first walked in here, the Apple store, well, the Restore is definitely open here. So again, this is a considered a premium reseller here. So it's not actually an Apple store that we know and kind of recognize, but it's basically like a third-party reseller of Apple products. And then its neighbor right here is Samsung. Yes, right next door. I've got a Samsung phone, so this is my place right here. If only I could afford that S22 Ultra right there on the video on the back. It would be very nice. Okay everybody, so we're slowly heading outside the shopping center now, and I thought I'd give you some of my kind of closing thoughts on the walk around here. Now, realistically, I'd say that the capacity is probably 25 or 30%. The place really doesn't seem very full at all. You can see in a lot of the different levels that we were on, the amount of people that were in here. Of course, we saw a lot of closed stores. There's still a lot open, of course, and there's probably more people outside here at the bus stops and kind of where the metro is than what there is inside the shopping center. And as always, the food court is nice and busy as well. So yeah, overall, it's still empty. Even for a nice day like today, 1st of June 2022, Wednesday afternoon. You know, this is a work day, so just keep that in mind as well. So, but a city with 15 to 17 million people. So there's a bit of a balance to kind of weigh up there. So thanks for watching Traveling with Russell. Thanks for coming on another tour with me here in Moscow. I hope you like the video. Give it a thumbs up. If you really like this kind of style of video, maybe post in the comments what you think. And I'm off on another adventure. Bye everybody. Bye.